First time on 6S. We got the V2 Blackjack 24 on the freaking block. All right. In my last video, my last run with this boat, I mentioned we were gonna change the ESC. It was the last run all stock. So today we're gonna do an ESC upgrade. Okay. I think I'm gonna use the 120 Spektrum, but I have a couple popular ESCs here that we're gonna drop in the boat, and I'll kind of go over how they fit and maybe some of the advantages and disadvantages for each. Okay, so stick around. Big B, Ironclad RC. I know the boat gang's been waiting on Big B to modify the V2 and do an upgrade or something. I mean, I've just been trying different props out, you know, kind of feeling the boat out and really just kind of seeing which way I want to go with it. Now, I think I'm going to basically run the boat on 4S mainly. When I feel froggy, we'll throw 6S on it, but I'm not upgrading the ESC mainly to do 6S runs. I'm mainly upgrading the ESC so I can run it on 4S and put basically any size propeller I want to on it. That's basically my goal. You know what I mean? 6S is going to be fun, but 6S, it's also going to put a lot of wear and tear on the boat. If you know, you get up to that 60, 70 mile an hour range, she's going to want to lift up and go acrobatic, go flying, and when you flip a boat at that speed, it's tough on the hull, you know. So if you put 6S on it, just know that things happen at high speeds, period. I know the 2200 3660 will handle 6S. Okay, so to remove the ESC, we're going to unplug the wires here. This comes with 4mm connectors, so we're probably going to have to replace connectors. You got 2 screws for the ESC, 1 screw for the on-off button, and we're going to have to disassemble the connector retainers. Okay. We interrupt this regularly scheduled programming to bring you guys a real quick mail day. I just got this in the mail, and I wanted to show the boat gang. This is from rwarden. He's the guy that makes all my prop boxes. He actually come out with a new version, which I'm actually really excited to see, and it couldn't have come at a better time. I've actually filled up my other 2 prop boxes from Rob, and I had to start using this little 10 shock box. So perfect timing, brother. Thank you very much. So these are I'll have a link in the description for Rob, his email address, and he sells these, and this one is really freaking awesome. I'll show you the previous versions in a second, but this one is cool, man. Oh, that's tight. So he went to the two rows opposed to the 3 and 4 row, and it comes with extra little drive dogs that your props sit on. Okay, and it's 3D printed. You can get my logo on it or your personal box, but it's for my Caterpillar, the animal twin from Oxdean. Let's go, boy. The Killdozer box. and it's got red and green drive dogs, so you could put our counterclockwise and our clockwise spinning props in. All right, I like the fact that he puts the drive dogs on there, because when he first started making the box, he actually built the drive dog into the insert. This drive dog keeps your props where you want them. You know, you can turn them so that they don't catch on the top side, and you can also remove them to get the prop lower in the box. Because I run some long hub, high rake props, and sometimes I'm scared the prop's going to bottom out on the lid. Well, this clear, you can actually see it, you know, and that's awesome. I love it, dude. I like the V. It's like the 4th generation, and I think you could still get these but he's went to a stainless steel pen. In the description, I'll have Rob's email address. Serious inquiries only. Okay, he'll give you a quote. He can do you up a custom logo, my logo, whatever. So let's get back to the V2 upgrade. Back to the regularly scheduled programming. Beep. So I got the 90 amp Firma out the boat. Okay, it was just basically 4 screws to get those off. You guys can see how they're kind of arranged on the motor mount there. Pretty easy. Okay, so I added another ESC here. I got thinking, I was like, you know, the 90 Spektrum works on the boat. It's fast. Why wouldn't a flat color 90 work? Why not? Why not, right? It's actually a fairly decent little 90 amp. 90 continuous, like 500 burst, right? I've had some good success with this little ESC. I've run it on 3660s. Not a 2200. I think I run it on a 2000 kV 3660 on 6S, and it's worked for me. I'm not saying that this is the best option for this boat, but it will allow you to run 4S, 6S, and 6S. Will the temperatures be warmer than, say, the 120 or 150? Yeah. But if something happens to your stock ESC and you got a 90 flat color laying around, I don't see why it wouldn't work temporarily. Okay, I found that 90 flat color works good in the Recoil 2 as an upgraded ESC. The 120 compared to the new 90, it's a little bit longer. So it's actually going to be a little awkward getting it in the boat, but it does fit. The mounting tabs are identical. Just maybe 2 millimeters wider on these tabs. So it'll fit. It will fit, and it will bolt in to the stock location. The only issue is these 2 mounting tabs for the motor mount. Okay. It sits in there a little cockeyed, and you gotta mount it in this direction. It will not fit in there, or it's very awkward like this because of these cat packs. It hits the top of the hull, so you're really gonna need to mount it like this. We'll go into that in a minute. That's what we're putting in the boat. I want to show you guys what each of these ESCs look like. So this is the Fly Color 150. It does not come with a cat pack. I have this flow pack on there because I was running in my 24. The Offshore Electrics Raider 150 comes with a little cat pack. So keep that in mind if you're going to put the Raider in this boat. So it's kind of wide. Okay, so you got your batteries going in here, so you got your cooling line that's going to rub on the batteries, which they're slide and lock. So in all actuality, this 150 should work. The wires coming off the 150s longer than the Spektrum ESCs, okay, and the width. So when you plug in your cooling, it's going to be a little difficult because your cooling lines are going to get pushed out where the batteries are. So it will work. Actually, you probably need to cut the post off because this ESC is the tallest out of all 4 or 5 we're trying. So you cut the post off. See, with the post on it, it actually bottoms out on the top of the boat. So you'll definitely need to cut the post off for this, get it down lower. It may work. You got this big cat pack right here. It's going to be a little bit awkward getting your series connection to each side. Does this boat need a Hobby Wing 180? No. So it's big, it's heavy. So really, you would go down the next size, right, to a Sea King 120, which is basically what this is. More compact than the Hobby Wing version. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're on the right track with the 120. You know, I've taken all of my options into consideration, and I seriously think the 120 is the best option for this boat. I really do. 6.5s. That's what my ESC has, and I think it's going to be a better option than the 4mm connectors. I do have a whole set of 4s, but I think yeah, let's go 6.5. I recommend using brand new connectors. If they're slightly used, they should be okay. And I don't feel like soldering all 6 8mm on, so we're definitely going to just go with the 6.5s. Boom, 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 done, done, done. Let's get her done. My little soldering jig, come on, come on. So now I got my transmitter here. I plugged in my ESC to the throttle on my receiver, and now I'm actually just figuring out which motor and ESC wires go where, because I'm going to mount it like this, and it's going to be hard for me to get to the wires. So we're going to go ahead and figure out motor direction now. When you're plugging in an ESC to a motor, it really don't freaking matter which wires you hook up. It really don't matter. You know, motor to ESC. I usually start with the 2 center wires and then plug in the 2 outside wires. I'll plug my batteries in and figure out which way my motor's spinning. Make sure I have the right motor direction. But motor to ESC, it does not matter. I usually keep the middle wire plugged in, and then I switch the 2 outside wires up. That's basically how I do it. If I'm changing motor direction, I just switch the 2 outside wires, okay? So, turn it on. Got steering. Okay, so it's reverse rotation. Make sure it's not reversed here. No, we don't have that option. So basically, gonna unplug the 2 outside, like I mentioned a while ago, and switch them up. That will change the motor rotation. Okay. So we should have right counterclockwise rotating propeller. Just basically feel the wind coming off. Okay, so that looks good. The ESC works. Now we're going to kind of figure out how we want to mount it. Like I mentioned earlier, it's actually going to kind of get mounted in the same place, but as of right now, I really don't see the need of making a little shim or post to lift it up. I think it'll be just fine sitting right there on that motor mount at a slight angle. Why not? Like this, I can cut this to size. That would actually work perfect. Trying to figure out if it's worth the trouble to lift it up and make it level. I actually think it's going to work better angled like that, because if I lift it up with this post right here, it'll be teeter-totting, or it actually puts my wires pressing onto the hull. Wires may get hot and blister this polycarbonate. So I actually think running it like this may be best. Believe it or not. I'm upgrading my screw, that little button head. I'm going to use the cap head here. Okay, and I made the screw a little bit longer because it's kind of sitting on that angle there. Hopefully it's not too long. We'll see. I got some 6S, 3S twins in here, 5500 HCl HCs. These are 120C. They're really light. They're actually the same exact size as a 2S pack. Okay, so I got it greased up, got it kind of oiled up here. I used the stock cooling line. They're kind of stretched tight, you know, they're stretched a little tight, but they do work and they did reach. The nipples on the upgraded 120s a little bit farther forward. I actually have 3 more feet of this cooling line. This is a large silicone line from OSE coming that we'll be upgrading, just kind of adding our own touch to it. Not that the boat really needs the upgraded line, it's just going to add some color, give it my own personal touch, you know. Yeah, so you can see it's just sitting on that motor mount. Didn't have to do any modifications, none. All I had to do was change the connector out. This ESC comes with a 5.5 in the V2 Sonic Wake. So you can get yourself a 5.5 male for the motor, solder on 5.5s, you're good to go. I went 6.5. So let's see what it sounds like on 6S here. Oh my God. Yes, sir, freaking buddy. Yes, sir, buddy. Oh, man. So it's solid. It's solid in there, man. It's like a direct bolt-in, you know? That's 6S. Let's hook up 4S. Okay, this is 4S 5200. 4S. Let's do 6S again. So we're probably going to pick up, I don't know, about 20,000 RPM. 15,000. I'll put it up on the screen. How many RPM we gained running 6S. This thing's going to haul ass now. I'm not even kidding. So the only real thing I don't like about the upgrade is the fact that I had to run my connectors over the top of the motor. You know, I tried it, like going under the wires and like coming out through here, but this cat pack on the ESC, it's just not going to allow it. Actually, with them, it does work under it, but it actually pushes the wires up on my top side here. And like I said, I don't want them to get hot and blister my hull or anything. So that should work, man. It's gonna haul ass. We're gonna have to get it tuned in real good. Play around with tuning. On 4S, I mean, pretty much any tune I would put on it, the boat would pretty much act the same. 6S, we're going to have to definitely mess around and get it right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe it wasn't too long for you. I tried to give you guys a couple options, you know, just at least see what different ESCs look like in the boat. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching the upgrade V2 Blackjack 24. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.